Good evening. Can you folks hear me okay? Folks way in the back, can you folks hear me? All right, very good. Yeah, welcome to the music room, comedy at the music room. Thanks for coming out. The show is for you. Very good. You folks ever been to a comedy show? Oh, good. Do you have a couple of rules for all you people here? We try to keep our table talk to a minimum. Uh, Turn your phones off. And remember, folks, this is a comedy show, okay? So if you folks here are easily triggered or easily offended and you feel your inner Will Smith come up and you want to come on stage and belt someone, make sure you do it when Mike McCarthy's on the stage. All right, very good. All right, Cape Cod. You folks from the Cape? Yes. All right, very good. I did a little research. And did you folks know that the word Yarmouth is actually a Latin word that means fuck hyenas? Did you guys know that? I read that somewhere after I wrote it down. Very good, yeah. I like this show is just for you folks. And you folks, you two in the way in the back there, I can see you. Very good. I work up in Boston, but I'm originally from the Cape. And I'm not sure if you've had this happen to you, but I was working in Boston, and I met a guy, and he said that he was from the Cape. And I go, oh, yeah, where you from? And he goes like this. Ever meet one of these guys? Does the arm? He goes, I'm from Cotuit. You know Cotuit's here. Yeah, he goes, you know the Cape, right? Cotuit's here, Chatham is here, Provincetown is here. I go, oh, that's great. So whenever you tell somebody where you're from, do you always use a body part? I'm like, geez, thank God you said you weren't from Florida. All right? Where you from? Florida? Oh, yeah, what part? Let me show you. That's right. I'm from Kissimmee. Kissimmee. That's right, Kissimmee, Florida. Good old Cape Cod. I moved to the Cape back in the 90s. And back then, we didn't have any sharks. Remember those days? So it was great. In fact, if a young woman wanted to go swimming in the oceans off of Hyannisport, the only animal that would bite her feet was Ted Kennedy. Remember those days? Ted Kennedy, yeah. Yeah. You guys have a good holiday season? Yeah, good. You recovered from the Patriots losing the Super Bowl? Are we recovered from that? Yeah. We lose a game, but we just do what regular New Englanders do when we lose a game like that. We pick ourselves up off the ground and we dust ourselves off, and then we start bitching about the Red Sox. That's what we do. That's what we do. Yeah. That was tough. But I had a good holiday season. It was nice on Christmas. My sister lives in North Carolina, and she came up with my nephew. And I hadn't seen my nephew in a long time, So I was at my mother's house, and my sister walked in with my nephew, and my nephew saw me, right? And he went, Uncle Bobby! And he saw me, and he ran over to me, right? So I picked him up, right? And I lifted him up over my head, and I blew into his belly to make that farting noise. Yeah, my God, he loved it. Yeah, he's 22. I mentioned that, he's 22. So I think I might be going to jail. What was I saying about that? Yeah, I'll be blowing more than bellies there, I'm sure. Yeah, if it's that kind of crowd. He was that kind of crowd tonight. But we had a good time. My mother had a big year this year. My mother just turned 80. She had her 80th birthday. And something about my mother is actually an immigrant to this country. My mother was born and raised in a shithole country called Revere, Massachusetts. Yeah. My mother never traveled anywhere. It's like she never went anywhere outside of Boston, And I saw her over the holidays, and I was like, hey, Ma, there's a chance that I might have to move out to the Midwest, right? And she said, the Midwest? She says, Jesus, Bobby, why would you want to move to Worcester? Yeah, my mother. think my mother's losing her eyesight, like she's just turned 80. She's losing her eyesight a little bit because I walked into her house on Thanksgiving, and she said, Bobby, can you help me? I can't get the turkey in the oven. And I was like, Mom, that's because it's your dog. I'm like, Jesus, couldn't you hear it barking when you were trying to put the stuffing up its ass? I mean, Mom. Poor Mom. That's all right. Yeah, but we had a good time. Yeah, I like the Cape. I remember I worked here on First Night in Chatham. I did that on New Year's Eve. It was nice. And one thing I noticed about Chatham, I was walking down Main Street, and I walked by a restaurant, and there was a sign on the door, and the sign said, "If you smell like marijuana, you will not be served." And I was thinking, is this really a good idea for a restaurant? Financially? Really? I mean, you're going to deny service to the hungriest people who are going to walk into your restaurant? Does this make any sense whatsoever? Anybody? Yeah, I live up in, like I said, I live up in Boston now, but I'm originally from the Cape, and I was here last summer and in Hyannis, and there was a rally going on Main Street. There was a rally going on for Karen Reed. Remember the Karen Reed rallies? Yeah, there was a big rally going on for her, So in solidarity with them, I drove by them, and then I stopped, and then I backed into them. So that's my Karen Reed rally joke. Yeah. A lot of rallies up in Boston, especially by the Boston Common, and because I work near there, and there was a rally going on recently, and there was a woman, and she was holding up a sign, and the sign said, "Defund the police." And I walked up to her, I said, "Whoa, listen, why would you want to defund the police, huh? I mean, they got some good songs." Right? They got Roxanne, they got Every Breath You Take. They had the #1 song during the pandemic, Don't Stand So Close to Me, right? Yeah. I walked by a rally. It was about immigration, right? And a woman stopped me on the road. She's like, "Sir, do you have an opinion about the Supreme Court's decision about DACA?" And I went, "Well, we're in Boston, so it's winter time, so, now it gets dark outside at 4:30 in the afternoon. I don't like that. I like it better in the summer when it gets dark outside at 9 o'clock. Right now I got to drive to work in the dark. I got to drive home in the dark. It's like living in Antarctica. I won't do that." Yeah, I like the music room. This is great. You guys like music? I'm a big music guy. Yeah, you like music? Yeah. They were just playing Boston throughout this whole evening, and play Boston. And I went and saw Boston 2 years ago at the Wilbur Theater. I mean, don't you hate it when you go see these older bands and they have like no original members, or maybe one original member? Like I went and saw Boston, right? They had one original member. And I was thinking to myself, listen, if you're going to call yourself Boston and you only have one original member, you're not Boston, you're fucking Dorchester. Right? I hate that. Always bands that I grew up with, they're all getting old, Jesus, I just saw this interview on TV with Rick Springfield. Remember Rick Springfield? I was like, Jesus, Rick Springfield's had so much plastic surgery. I think he turned into Jesse's girl. Yeah. My friend wanted to go see The Who, because The Who are back out on tour now, for the 6th farewell tour. The 6th time they're going on their farewell tour. He goes, "Dude, do you want to go see The Who?" I was like, why would I want to go see The Who? I mean, think about it. Like, Roger Daltrey's like 82. Pete Townshend's like 82. John Entwistle's dead. Keith Moon is dead. It's like, dude, we're not going to go see The Who. We're going to go see who's left. I want to go that. All these bands are getting old. My buddy was at Mohegan Sun in Chicago was playing. Remember the band Chicago? He goes, "You want to go see Chicago?" And I go, "Why would I want to go see Chicago?" I go, there's one original member, the trombone guy. I go, "Really? You want me to spend $150 to go watch the one guy in the band who never got laid?" Right? You think back in the day the trombone player from Chicago was getting laid? I don't think so. Forget about it. These bands are getting old. I guess the Monkees reunited. Remember the Monkees in Las Vegas? Yeah, I guess shit. These guys are so old now. Man, what are they gonna do? Stand on stage and throw their shit at you? Yeah, the Monkees. Yeah, I like going to concerts. You know, I went to this concert last summer. It was called the 45 Cent Tour. It was a concert that had 50 Cent and Nickelback. Remember that? Oh, that was good. You like that one? Good. 1 out of 4. That's 25%. Yeah. I like it when bands combine and go on tour. Wouldn't that be cool if more bands combined and toured together? You know, like, wouldn't it be cool to go see Poison with The Cure? You know, how about Lady Gaga and the Goo Goo Dolls? That'd be a good show. Yeah. MC Hammer and 9 Inch Nails. That'd be a good show. Fish and Sticks. How about the Fine Young Cannibals and Missing Persons? That'd be a good show. Or the Red Hot Chili Peppers and the Flaming Lips. Do you know any of these bands I'm talking about? How about Marvin Gaye and George Strait? Have a gay straight show. That'd be kind of cool. Marvin Gaye and Charlie Pride have a gay pride show. That'd be kind of cool. All right, I always figured I'd do that. If I'm in the music room, I might as well do some music shit. How about sports? You guys like sports? My other stuff. Yeah. Got Bruins fans here? You guys like the Bruins? Celtics, Bruins, yeah, I like all those teams. You know, I was in Nashville not too long ago, and I went to a hockey game in Nashville. I went and saw the Nashville Predators play. And a little different watching a hockey game down the south than it is up here. You know, I'm at Nashville during the game, and all of a sudden during the game, the PA announcer goes, "Hey, Nashville, can we get a yee-haw?" And all of a sudden, like 15,000 people are yelling, "Yee-haw!" You know, and I was thinking, Jesus, imagine if we did this in Boston. You know, you're at a Bruins game, and the PA announcer goes, "Hey, Boston, can we get a yee-haw?" You know, you get 18,000 people going, "Fuck you." Drop the puck. Not happening. Yeah. I'm a big basketball fan. I grew up playing basketball, and I do have one basketball joke I'll tell you guys. It's this is an impression. This is a basketball sports writer, okay, in a locker room trying to interview Shaquille O'Neal, okay, who just walked out of the shower stark naked. "Hey, Shaq, you guys had some problems in defense. Care to explain that?" My man's got a giant cock. Yeah, that's kind of how that works. Shaq. I'm sorry. That was actually a bad stereotype because that certainly could have been somebody from the WNBA. You know what the WNBA stands for, right? We need balls ASAP. So beating the shit out of Caitlin Clark, you know. It's like, Jesus, well, now she knows what it's like to play with men. Too many WNBA jokes for this crowd. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you think that Novak Djokovic wouldn't get the vaccine because his name was Novaks? No. All right. That was a one-liner I wanted to try. You know, I wanted to read this. Except now I can't find it. I had a. Oh man, I think I lost my thing there. Anyway, I think some band's career would have changed if they had just added one more word to their band name. You know, like, would anybody have bought a record from the Bestiality Boys? You guys Gen Xers? I'm a Gen Xer. You guys are from Gen X? You're boomers. I'm a Gen Xer. You know, I think Gen Xers, I think we were the last generation to lose our virginity by listening to albums. Right? You think about that? So all these new younger people, they don't know what it's like to lose their virginity while a record skipped. Right? So I'm getting old now. I'm like in my 50s now, and it's funny. I was having this sort of a midlife crisis. I think when guys and women in their 50s, they think back differently to back in the day. I think women in their 50s look back and they're like, oh man, I should have married that guy in college. He had a good life. We could have done something with ourselves and had a couple of kids and whatever. But I think men look back at things differently when they hit their 50s. I think men are more like, I wish I didn't sell my baseball cards. That's how I go. I had Gretzky's rookie. Gee, I could have retired on that now with that. I could have. Yeah, you guys are a lot of fun. You guys are good laughers. That's good. I'm good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, very good. All right. Well, we'll keep the show going. And with this, last summer I was in. I went to on July 4th. I went to the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Anybody ever done that? You guys know who Joey Chestnut is, right? Joey Chestnut. You guys ever heard of Mickey Sudo? Yes. The Black Widow. Mickey Sudo last year set a woman's world record by eating 48 hot dogs in 10 minutes, right? And this year she missed the competition because she had a baby, right? I was thinking, man, I don't know what's more impressive, the fact that this woman could eat 48 hot dogs in 10 minutes or the fact that this woman could eat 48 hot dogs in 10 minutes and then get laid, right? I don't know what's more impressive. All right. I'm going to do one quick one-liner before I go. You guys know Michael Jackson, right? Michael Jackson had a son named Blanket. Did you guys know that? He has a son named Blanket. Yeah, that's his real name, Blanket. And Michael Jackson's son, Blanket, has just started his own band. It's a cover band. I'm going to end you with that awful joke. All right, you guys have been a lot of fun. That's great. We're going to keep this show going. All right. Your next comic just came all the way down from the seaport. Came down a long way to get here. She's actually, she's very, very funny. She's been performing all around the Boston area. She came all the way down here to Cape to entertain you folks, okay? All the way here to the Cape Cod. That's right. All right, let's give it up for Mary Beth Collins, everybody.
I'm sporting my new golden doodle hairstyle tonight. This style is also very popular with 14-year-old boys. And when I got here tonight, I got catcalled. He yelled out, he was like, "Hey, old lady." And I just looked at him and said, "Thank you for your feedback." And West Yarmouth, it seems like it's a wealthy town. So when I parked my car tonight, I made sure that my dating app was turned on. No? Not this time of year? I was hoping to meet a man with salmon pants and whales on them. That's July? Okay, I'll be back. And it's March in the Cape, so I'm assuming that the Lilly Pulitzer dresses are in hibernation. And I wanted to wear all black on stage tonight to look skinny, but then I thought, I don't want to look like a sail. And get attacked by a great white. I mean shark, not the male demographics in this room. And Cape Cod Chips is leaving the Cape. They just want to be chips. I get it. I just wrote that one. It's my newest. And a friend of mine asked me recently, she was like, why do you do stand-up? Because I recently drove 4 hours to do 5 minutes. And I got paid in a Bavarian pretzel. And I just told her, I'm like, I do it for the love of carbs. And I'm divorced. I don't often think about the perks of marriage until I have to shovel out my car. And then I'm going up to kids on the street shoveling, and I'm like, do you accept payment in Bavarian pretzels? I used to come to the Cape a lot when I was in college. In my undergrad, all I did was ride my bike and smoke weed. It took me 8 years to graduate. I was a professional freshman. That was my major. And everywhere smells like weed now, and I'm sober, and I'm paranoid that I'm gonna relapse on air. Like, wake up tomorrow morning next to a giant bag of chips and a new bike. I just had my 30-year reunion. I was the only one there that was single and didn't have any kids. And one of the guys came up to me and he was like, so do you have a roommate? And I was like, yes. I live in a dorm with other barren women. All the lonely ladies. Speaking of ladies, I was with my 86-year-old mother today. She's this big and has the personality of a pit bull. And I'm her caretaker, not because I'm an only child, but because I have brothers. So I'm her Uber Eats. And all she ever says to me is, you look tired. I'm also a germaphobe. I wash my hands 30 times a day. And then I come up here and touch a shared mic. An adult lollipop. So I do live in the Boston Seaport, and they just did a study, and it turns out I'm the oldest person that lives there. All my neighbors call me ma'am. Like, I'm surprised if one of them calls me miss. I get giddy, like a schoolgirl. I'm like, how old is that guy? Like 29? Do I have a chance with that guy? The average age in the Seaport is 31. So I'm the Betty White of the Seaport. And this is a very intimate setting. I like it. It's nice. I recently got my hair cut, and when I left the salon, this kid went past me, and he was like, "Excuse me, Karen." So when I got home, I called the salon. I was like, I was just there for a trim, and she gave me a Karen haircut. I'm going to need to speak to a manager. No, that joke can go like either way. I have no life. And every Friday, my brother will send me a message and be like, I know it's last minute, but can you watch my dog this weekend? I'm like, well, turns out I'm free. So I take him to the dog park 800 times a day, and I try to talk to men, but I have no game, no riz. And I'll say things like, well, that's an exotic-looking dog. What kind of breed is that? And he'll be like, it's a golden retriever. I'm like, well, you don't see many of them around. My brother recently gave me dating advice. He was like, next time you do stand-up, if a guy shows interest in you, let him know that you're on Instagram and that you always check your messages. So last night at a show, this guy came up to me and he was like, I really like you. And I'm like, well, I'm on Instagram. And I'm super prompt. He was like, oh, great. He's like, my wife and daughter love you too. And I did recently go on an online date. We went to a coffee shop, went up to the counter, and then sat down. And I just looked at him and I was like, so the man in the profile pictures, will he be joining us here today? At that point, the girl walked over, she dropped down 2 coffees in front of us, and she just looked at me and she was like, you must get this all the time. And I was like, what's that? And she was like, your celebrity look-alike. I was like, who would that be? And she was like, Owen Wilson. I just looked at my date and I was like, wow. This crowd has big laugh energy. This table of 4 and 2 in the back. And as far as how the rest of my set's gonna go tonight, it kind of reminds me of something my mom would say to me growing up. We'll see. And West Yarmouth, it seems like, it's a nice town, but like you said, it's not really busy until the summer, so I feel like it would be a good place to hide out, keep a low profile. Like, I would be sent to live in West Yarmouth if I was in witness protection. I did mark myself safe on Facebook today. I went to Trader Joe's to buy 1 item, and I left carrying an 800-pound bag of food. I'm trying to stay fit to maintain my future cougar status. End goal 2030, CrossFit to Cougar Fit. And I'm currently promoting my future brand, Boston Seaport Cougars. And when I left the Seaport tonight, I almost got taken out in the bike lane by a blue bike. I'm not even afraid of being hit by a city bus. I'm just more afraid of a $3 rental bike taking me out. Turns out bikers have a page where they post anything that blocks a bike lane called Boston Bike Blockers. And when I recently stalked the page, I found a photo of myself. And underneath there are a bunch of comments. So I clicked on one of the comments and someone wrote, "Is that Glenn Close's love child?" And someone else responded and they were like, "No, it's Owen Wilson in menopause." At that point, I was done reading the comments. I don't need stress in my life. I recently got into therapy. I've been talking to the cashier at Trader Joe's. And I did just sign up for pickleball. I have no interest in the sport. I'm just single and desperate. Or as my mom would say, I'm on the market. But dating in my 40s feels more like I'm on the clearance rack. Final sale. No returns. I've been single since Miley Cyrus swung in on a wrecking ball. So it's fair to say I don't kill it on the dating apps. I probably would have better luck if I just pulled over on the side of the road, put flares out, and waited for someone to pick me up. With my luck, it would probably be a man on a blue bike. But at least I know he has Apple Pay, possibly good credit. Elvis had Graceland, Michael Jackson had Neverland. If I had a home, I'd call it No Man's Land. I recently went on a date with a guy and he told me that I should join OnlyFans. And I was like, well, I don't want to be anti-air conditioning. And I have a friend, she's very religious. I know, that one's a slow burn. Thank you, I think that's the only one that got you. I have a friend, she's very religious. Every time she sees me, she's like, are you praying? Say Nan, send me a man. So I just joined Christian Mingle. And the first guy that asked me out was like, do you want to go to church Sunday at 8 a.m.? And I was like, no. You go. Tell him I sent you. And I'm going to leave you on this fine note. This is my orgasm face. Well, that's all from this Seaport Cougar. I'm Mary Beth Collins. Thank you.
As give it up for the orgasmic Mary Beth Collins, everybody. Orgasmic. Yeah, very good. All right. You guys ready for your next comic? Very good. I've worked with this gentleman many, many times. He's headlined quite a few of my shows, especially here in the Cape. He travels all over, works all over. He's headlined Laugh Boston, Comedy Connection, Nick's Comedy Stop. Originally from Memphis, Massachusetts. Let's give it up for the comedy barbarian himself, Mike McCarthy.
Oh, I got you, buddy. Leave it hanging. What's up, people? Hey. Remain calm. Okay. How we doing? You in a good mood? I've been watching you. You're a good group. You're small, but intense. Like midgets camping. The slow burn for you. There you go. Well, it is good to be here. I'd like to start my act off by doing an impression for you folks. Do you guys like impressions? Here's one I will guarantee you've never, ever seen in your entire life before. I am the only comic brave enough to even attempt it. This is my 89-year-old mother's favorite joke. This is my impression of Stevie Wonder and Helen Keller trying to have oral sex. My mother's favorite joke. Stevie Wonder, listen, when you dress like this, you get to the fast lane fucking quick. Can't come up here like, who likes pickleball? No. Blind blowjob jokes. Buckle up, bitches. Stevie Wonder, Helen Keller, oral sex. Thanks for laughing. Giving myself a damn concussion up here for you. Yeah, no, I'm the only one. I've been doing that joke like 35 years. People go, when are you going to stop doing that joke? I go, when it stops fucking working. Well, because like I said, you dress like this, people are like, what's going on? Then you're like, blind blowjob jokes. All right, I see what's happening here. Fuck yeah. By the way, not a stage outfit. I wear this everywhere I go. Yeah, here's the thing, man. I got in a crazy car accident like 3 years ago. And I realized I was taking life too seriously. Woke up in the hospital. I flipped the car over like 3 times. Woke up and I was like, you know what, man? I got to have some more fun. So I dropped 50 pounds, shaved my legs, and bought a black miniskirt. Who wants to hear some fucking dick joke? But I thought when I started wearing it, people would freak out. And then I realized it's 2026. I am the 3rd weirdest person you've seen on the Cape today. Tell me, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. I go into Walmart. Do you think the cashier at Walmart with 3 clit piercings and a face tattoo gives a shit that I don't have pants on? I'm like, good morning, my lady. She's like, paper or plastic, Frodo. Nobody cares. Although I will say this, on the way down here, most people are pretty hip. 2026, everybody lets everything kind of roll on. Life's too short. To get hung up on what somebody else is doing, you must be living pretty right. If you got time, I don't like that. I don't know. So I stop off, and you know the kind of person I'm talking about, like a joy vampire. You can just tell. They look at you like, that look like that Scottie Pippen look. Remember Scottie Pippen? 6 world championships always look like somebody who's taking a shit right next to him, right? So I go to the store, and I walk in, and I see her, and she looks me up and down. She makes that face. She's just like, you can tell, misery. You can read a person's vibration. You know what I'm talking about? And it's coming off her. Dude, her husband's with her. He's got a shirt that says, kill me, please, right? So she looks at me, and she goes, what's with the outfit? I said, I wrestle midgets. Mind your fucking business. It's pretty good, right? She goes, you can't use that word. I go, what are you talking about? She goes, no, it's little people. I go, listen, lady, I don't mind a height restriction. I'll fucking give you a fucking stunner. How does that sound? Loosen up, man. Like I said, you only get one. You might as well choke the shit out of it, right? Good to be back home. Last week I was telling jokes in Tunica, Mississippi. I apologize for throwing my fame in your face like that. I did not wear the kilt in Mississippi. Now he's wearing a dress. Get a rope. I'm not that dumb. Do you realize the rest of the country hates us? Have you experienced that? Dude, you people from Massachusetts, you all think you're smarter than everybody, better than everybody, funnier than everybody. I said, what? said, why? It isn't true? I said, oh, it's true. We just thought you were too stupid to pick up on it. I had a lady in Alabama like 2 months ago. I didn't even know what. All right, it was after the show. We're having a good time. She walks up and she goes, like, you people from Boston all talk funny. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed? Listen, you're welcome for your freedom. Go fuck your cousin. I don't know what to say, kid, right? Well, look at Mississippi on a map anyways. It's surrounded by Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Tennessee. That state is marinating in stupidity. You ever been? Have you been? Dude, there are parts of Mississippi that are so banjo-ass backwards that when you're driving through, if you listen closely enough, you can actually hear the old Dukes of Hazzard narrative voice. Remember old Waylon Jennings beginning every show? I'm driving through here. Well, it was just about that time that the bald-headed hippie Yankee comic from Boston pulled into town. He didn't know it yet, but he sure was in for a heap of trouble. I went outside after the show and I got high with some of the people from the crowd, which, by the way, folks, is an exceptional way for you to spend some quality time with your comedians. And good news, I have enough weed for everybody in the building right now to get really fucking high. I went to my doctor the other day. You figure the guy that sticks his finger up your ass should have a sense of humor. Asked me if I take any drugs. I tell him I smoke marijuana. He goes, recreationally? I said, well, I'm not in a league or anything. But I'm pretty good, man. What do you got? I fired my doctor for not laughing at that joke. That's pretty good off the hip, right? Yeah, that's what I mean, man. He's like, he gets all mad. Michael, there's nothing funny about marijuana. I said, I don't know where you're getting your shit, but we should probably talk. I think I'm 2 for 2. He still gets mad. I go, you know what? You're fired. He goes, what? I go, I know. You thought you were going to come in here, grab my nuts, make me cough? That privilege has been revoked. Hit the bricks. Well, he had to go anyways because we have a history of prostate cancer in my family. And my doctor is 6'7" with fingers like E.T. Last time he's back there, I go, everything all right? He goes, yeah, your prostate's fine. I think you might have a wisdom tooth coming in now. Replaced him with Dr. Janet Wu. Woo! 4'2", fingers like peanuts. I don't even know what she's doing back there. It's awesome. Although she's kind of bitchy. All right, you tell me. I told you after the accident, I used to be a fat bastard. I dropped 50 pounds. Yeah, no, really. Like I realized I was in tough shape. I couldn't. All right, you guys look like you're all fairly athletic and skinny. I fell over at Walmart when I was 52, and there was a lot of legitimate concern. Like, I just went to read a label and then kind of just fell over and then looked like a fucking turtle that had been flipped over onto its shell for like 40 seconds with an old lady above me going, what can I do to help? I'm like, I don't fucking know. You got a time machine? I shouldn't be fucking 240 fucking pounds. So anyways, I drop all the weight, and this is before I did that. I walk in, and Dr. Wu is waiting for me. First time I've ever seen her. And she's got my chart out, and she doesn't even look up. She just goes, according to this, Mr. McCarthy, you're clinically obese. That's a fine how do you do. You know what I mean? Meeting my first doctor. I've been doing this 37 years, so I drop into heckler mode. I go, well, you're fucking ugly. And I can lose weight, bitch. Is that your face or did your neck throw up? I can do this all day. Whoa. So she actually turned out to be a really big fan. She walked me through the weight loss process. But she's been out to like 2 or 3 shows. And this is the most 2026 thing I've ever heard. Because I'm an old man. And the world is a different place now. You know what I mean? He, them, this, that. I woke up this morning. I identified as Xena Warrior Princess. Whoa, fucking yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you got to choose your words carefully. And she's mad at me because I don't do her accent on stage. I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, why don't you do my accent on stage? I go, because I'm 58 years old, and I'm white, and I'm not quite sure what's going on. But I think if I was up there going, oh, Dr. Wu say you are fat bastard. Karen San is writing a letter, you know what I'm talking about? Or I'm getting taken out by ninjas in the parking lot. She doesn't miss a beat. She goes, oh, you are fat pussy. Gotcha. Yeah, she's a good egg. So, you guys drinking? Fuck yeah, on a Thursday. We thought really. I mean, dude, do me a favor. Support comedy here. This is a beautiful room. I've been here before. It's great when it's packed. We're actually very surprised. Run so professionally, great place, whatever and stuff. And, oh, you guys are rich. You called ahead and said, listen, we're coming to the comedy show. We don't want anybody else there. So it's just the four of us up front, and you put a fucking close sign after we walk in. Thank you very much. Oh, it's like an acoustic set. Thanks, Slancha. Thank you. You guys are boozing up. I'm an alcoholic, and you're alcoholics here at the table. I usually say in the room, but well, I'm 100% Irish. I'm from Boston. You got a choice: be an alcoholic or be a priest. I don't like little boys, hence the drinking problem, right? I got to slow down on my drinking. I can't stop, though. Too much part of my personality, and I'm a great drunk. You know people that got to quit because they got to quit? I'm not that guy. Like, I'm the I love you man. Can I give you a hug? You know, buy you a beer. Everybody loves that guy. Now, how many people know an asshole drunk? Everybody, yeah. Yeah, if you don't, you're the asshole drunk. Always that one person, they have that last beer, that last shot, then they want to fight or drive, whine about their childhood, bitch about their marriage. I mean, never want to fight, never want to drive. When I get hammered, I become entertainment for other people, which is, it's free. I don't even charge people. I'm now, dude, if I'm drinking and my wife's not around and you got the bail money, I'll fucking do anything. You only get one life. Trust me, I know. Like, I had a stroke on stage. Like, I've almost died a couple times. I have like 7 more lives left. But who wants to look back and say, I should have, I could have, I wish? No, man. When I die, when I get to heaven, I want St. Peter sitting there looking at me going like this. It was close. It's like 51-49. You're lucky you loved your kids and you saved that puppy. Get in there, dickhead, right? I'm all right when I'm drinking beer. Beer is your friend. What are you guys drinking? Wine? Vodka? The deadly, the silent assassin. You don't own. I see we got some more vodka coming. What could possibly go wrong here? You're Polish? Kid, Polish people can drink like, there's all that negative thing with Polish people. I'm Irish, so I'm used to getting jabbed on or whatever. Polish people can drink like Vikings and are the strongest people I've ever met in my entire life. Dude, they'll bend fucking Polish people are mighty. Here you go. Slancha. Nicely done. See, I knew this was going to be a good time. Like I said, I'm good when I'm drinking beer. Beer is your friend. I'm not sure about vodka. That's like I said, that sneaks up on you. The one that got some, it's Irish whiskey. I found out that if you drink too much Irish whiskey, you can actually get a leprechaun to show up next to you. Sounds like fun, right? Nope. Don't listen to a damn word that little son of a bitch has. Nothing but bad advice. Hit the gas mic. You can beat the cops. Tell them all Harley Davidsons are for pussies, I dare ya. Go on, she might not be that young, and it could just be a cold sore. Take a chance. Married? Are you guys, you married? Married? Oh, I don't know. How long? 25. Okay, I got you beat. Okay, all right. 48. You got both of them married? What? You look fantastic. Would you get married when you were 9? That's amazing. Buddy, look at the hair. The hair's a little obnoxious. I got to be honest. Both of you, it's a bit much. Yeah, I love my wife. She's my soulmate. I feel physical pain when I'm not with her. It's all about our love. That is the 100% truth. I wouldn't kid you about something that serious. So, of course, is my second wife. Yeah, that first one didn't take. That first one doesn't count, dude. It's like swinging 2 bats in the on-deck circle. You're just getting ready, right? My wife is actually smarter than I am. Not only smarter, but manipulatively smarter and incredibly competitive, which is a very bad combination. Case in point, the other night, we're playing Monopoly, and I'm kicking her ass, and I rarely, if ever, beat my wife at anything. She offers to make me a trade to even the game up. Lopsided as hell, but I fall for it like I always do. If you understand the game, you understand the joke. I have Boardwalk and Park Place. She offers me Baltic Avenue and a blowjob. You win again! Actually, there are no losers in that equation. You win your game. I'm happy, right? It's the blowjob noise. I made it up. Feel free to take that with you. You guys all know each other. The whole crowd knows each other. That's a bonus. Yeah, next time you're at a baseball game or something, you're like, get off your knees, you're low in the game. It's a happy little noise because it's a happy little thing, right? Is there anything better than a blowjob, my friends? No. No. Thank you. Every once in a while, I ask the wrong person. Last night, 18-year-old kid left Boston. I go, anything better than a blowjob? He goes, 2 blowjobs. I'm like, go fuck yourself. Greedy bastard. First off, I'm 58 years old. At my age, a blowjob, when done correctly, followed by thumb sucking and sleep. Thank you very much. There's no second. You trying to kill my fat ass, for God's sakes? Oh, I got a cheeseburger joke. I want to close out on a cheese. How much time do I have left, man? You guys are actually great. Thank you so. Yeah, I got like 10 more minutes. But thank you so much for being cool, making the show happen, and sitting up front. So I got to be honest. If you were sitting in the back, I don't know if we would have done it, right? We'd be like calling the other guy. I don't know. But you became part of the whole thing. Much appreciated. Really, it means a lot. I was already here. I'm going to be honest. We thought this place would be a zoo. Whoa! Hey, 4 people just came in, so maybe. No, I meant you guys. You were the ones that saved the day. So I've done this. I was talking about my wife. I just had my wife and I just had our second child. My daughter Colleen was born recently. Yeah, thanks. I'm lying. It's fucking. She's 21 years old. I'm wicked lazy. You know what's great? Now she comes out to my shows and she's like, dude, write a new joke, kid. I was actually there when both of my kids were born. You guys actually get to see that? Have any kids? All of them. Thank you, ma'am. That was awesome. I thought you were talking for yourself, like all of them. I'm like, I don't think you had an option. You saw them all, right? Well, here's the thing, man. When I was a kid, all right, my father fought in World War II. Like, that's how insanely goofy my family. I am the youngest of 9 kids, and my parents had me when they were 50. Yeah, they came over my dad fought in World War. He was 13 years old when the Depression happened. I have eaten so much green bread in my life. It's crazy. But back then, you didn't have to go watch your kid be born. You were like, hey, I'm going to have a couple highballs at the bowling alley. Let me know how this works out. But I was actually there for both, and they say, it's funny, because I said to the doctor, he goes, oh, man, it's magical. I'm like, I'm not sure if magical is the term I would have taken. It's a miracle, there's no doubt. I'm glad I was there. But he didn't pull a rabbit out of that hat. And at one point in time during the blessed event, when you gaze down at your wife or girlfriend's, thank you very much, hoo-hoo, it actually has a screaming human head sticking out of it. It's a tough one to shake. Really. What is happening to my vagina? I'm not going to bounce back from that. I have a little pecker as it is. Now it's going to be like throwing a fucking tic-tac to a whale, for God's sakes. Sorry, I'm 5'6" and 100% Irish. Oh, yeah. Hey, I just had, I'm so grateful. I recently had hip surgery, like two months ago. Anybody? No? Dude, it's awesome. Anybody in this room that's thinking about getting it, it's amazing. 2 months ago. You want to see the scar? It's like right there. Here's the thing about it, and I couldn't tell jokes for like 6 weeks, which is just, ask any other comics, it's like one of those things. You don't realize, you take it for granted, then all of a sudden you get to do this, and you get all amped up. And I was misdiagnosed for 14 months. Okay, here's the thing. I live in Fairhaven. Okay, where you guys live here on the Cape? Okay, here's, anytime anything bad ever happens to you, you could just drive to Boston, Massachusetts, the absolute epicenter of medical knowledge in the entire... I was there for Fairhaven. Okay. First off, they thought it was an adductor strain. So that was 2 months of physical therapy that did nothing at $30 every single copay. Then they said maybe it's a hernia. Nope. Had to go get an x-ray and all kinds of stuff. Then this is my favorite one. They go, testicular cancer. I'm like, are you just throwing a fucking dart at the wall and trying to figure out what's going on? So now I have to go for the test, and it's called an ultrasound on your testicles. Okay, I'm 58 years old. It's a history of prostate. I've been through all that. Once you're 50 years old, they go, happy birthday, bend over. You get used to it. Okay, and you're just like, well, whatever's going to happen. And I just show up for this ultrasound thinking like, all right, man, Abe Vigoda is going to come out and play with your balls. You know what I mean? That's the way it's going to go. Oh, no. Door opens, 22-year-old, absolute smoke show 10 with, I swear to God, fake tits. She goes, hello, Mr. McCarthy. My name is Lexus. I'm like, of course it is. Now, if you've never had it, let me tell you something. There is lubrication and fondling involved. They bring you into a room. They give you a towel. And thank God, you put the towel over Mr. Happy and you leave the boys hanging out, I thought that was nice. No need this porn star needs to know that I'm working with 4 inches of Irish Thunder, right? So I'm sitting there like, okay, still can't. It all happens in like 90 seconds. I'm from outside just expecting an old man to come out, and I'm going, oh, yeah, hey, okay, all right. And as soon as she goes, and listen, Lexus is a pro. Right to work. Immediately, my balls are on the hotline in my brain. Hello? Listen, this is Mr. Happy. We are getting some mixed messages down here. There is an absolute 10 playing with the boys, but you seem oddly focused on the 2004 Boston Red Sox. Please advise. I'm like, stand down. Big Poppy. She looks up. I'm wincing. I'm like, she goes, Mr. McCarthy, if you relax, this will be over in 10 minutes. I'm like, not if you keep doing that shit. We'll be done in 1, and you're going to need that towel back, sweetheart. Man. Told you I'm married. My wife recently found Jesus. Apparently he was in Brockton, Massachusetts. Are you religious? No matter what it is, I just don't think you don't push it on people, right? It's personal. Yeah, my wife's still got that new religion smell where like she's got to, which was, here's the thing about comedy. If it makes you mad and you write a joke about it, it makes it so much better. There we are, watching my daughter's softball game this summer, okay? She just hit a double. My edibles have kicked in. All is well. I hear this voice, very strangely familiar voice behind me say, well, I voted for Donald Trump because Jesus Christ told me to. That's my wife talking to my daughter's lesbian softball coach. Nicely combining politics and religion in one sentence. A little impressive, right? And I'm like, and she goes, what did you say? Didn't that guy say if you want to get a woman, you reach out and grab him by the... My wife goes, yes, he did. But our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, wants us all to forgive and forget. At this point, I'm like, I feel as though I should get involved in this conversation. I'm sorry, what did you say? You, my wife, 100% Irish, Kelly Ryan McCarthy, forgive and forget? Really? Because let me tell you folks a story. 20 years ago, at a Christmas party, when I was shit-faced, I said, you know, your sister has nice tits. No one ever said, there goes Mike McCarthy, the smartest man in the whole wide world. I've been on the cross for that particular comment for 2 decades. Forgive and forget my ass. Get every Christmas Eve after wine glass number 2. Hey, how's my sister's tits looking this year, huh? Just started working at an animal shelter, which sounds like a good idea, but it's not because we have kids. I knew exactly what was going to happen. The moment she walks through the door, phone rings. It's my daughter. Daddy! They're going to kill the puppy! Can we save him? Mama says it's up to you. My shield maiden, my Irish princess. What am I supposed to say? I'm like, yeah, we can save the puppy. Tell your mother she's an asshole, and I'm going to the liquor store. She worked there 4 weeks. 4 weeks! We have 4 new dogs. 4 new cats. 2 hamsters and a goat named Brady. Changed his name to May, though, I think. Kid. The last one is my favorite. I didn't even know dogs could live this long. 18-year-old pug. 18 years old. She brings this thing home. She puts it down on the floor. It runs across the room to me like this. Have you seen pugs? It looks like their eyes are going to explode. My wife looks at me and she goes, "Can you believe somebody was going to put this thing down?" I have no problem believing. You give this dog fingers and a gun, he takes himself out of the equation. What are we doing? I will leave you with this. I was recently in Texarkana, Texas. Again, they hate us. I'm sitting at the bar. It's a full week room, and it's Thursday through Sunday. So on Thursday night, I'm sitting at the bar right after the show, and a woman goes walking by with the biggest cheeseburger I've ever seen in my entire life. Big giant thing. Yeah, are you a competitive eater? Yeah? Oh. Big giant thing. I go, "What is that?" She goes, "That is the headliner challenge. It is 60 ounces of beef, bacon, and cheese. If you can eat the whole thing, you get free tickets to the comedy show." I go, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. First off, you're going to eat that much food, you do that shit at home. There's going to be repercussions. You know what I mean?" The bartender hears me say that. He's been looking at me all night. He comes over and he goes, "That's 'cause that burger made for boys from Texas, not some Yankee pussy from Boston." I'm not sure if you folks know how Irish works. But now, I'm eating this fucking cheeseburger. 9 minutes I took it down. 9. That's right, for us. To prove people from Massachusetts are just as stubborn and as stupid as people from Texas, I ate 5 pounds of beef, bacon, and cheese to get tickets to a show I was fucking performing on. Suck it, Texas, and thank you, Cape Cod. Thanks for being cool. You guys have a great night.
Mike McCarthy, everyone. Mike McCarthy. Hey, you guys like pizza? You know, I was reading this thing on Bon Appetit, and Bon Appetit ranked the best pizzerias in the world, right? And the list is dominated by pizzerias from Italy and pizzerias from the U.S., right? So I am going to name some of these pizzerias. I want you to guess which ones of these pizzerias are from Italy and which ones are from America. All right? Diego Vitaliano Pizzeria. I. Masanielli Francesco Nartucci's. La Guerra Pizzeria Napolitana. Tony's. Tony's, America, Tony's. All right, you guys ready for your headliner tonight? Yeah. You guys have been so nice. Thanks for coming out tonight. You guys have been a great table. You guys are, you usually say, "What a great crowd." No, tonight it's a great table. You guys are a great table tonight. Anyway, this gentleman performs all over. He headlined all over. He just headlined Comics, Roadhouse, the comedy scene up in Foxborough, Knicks, and all that stuff. He came all the way from Mansfield, Massachusetts. Let's give it up for Mike Hanley, everybody.
How about another round of applause for Bob, Mary Beth, and Mike? Let them hear it. That was funny. Comedy table right there. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm actually excited. I'm excited to be here. Do you know why I'm excited? I'm excited because my wife not fucking here. Yeah. So I'm married. I have 3 girls. 3 girls. Most people are like, "Oh, how beautiful." Fuck you all. You're not living in my house, all right? My girls are 20, 18, and 16. Yeah, fuck you. My nicknames for them are Drama, and Motherfucking Drama. I swear to God, my youngest one, ever since she was like this little, every morning, I have to put the horns back in her head. She's like, her name's Jillian. So it's Jessica, Isabel, and I've driven a minivan almost my entire life, right? I know that turns you ladies on. I didn't realize that driving a minivan was in my bucket list. You know what else I didn't realize? Apple picking. I didn't realize how much fucking fun apple picking was with 3 girls. You go out there for like 2 hours. Daddy, I want that one. And then you go to check out, and it cost $80 fucking dollars. So, all right, let's see. This just came to my head. This wasn't part of my set. Fucking bonus track for you, because this is electric. So, So my little one was colicky. I'll go to you. Do you know what colicky means? What does it mean? No. You should have looked at her for the answer, right? You kind of looked, but you should have looked. Yeah. Wrong fucking answer. It means your baby cries for every second, for every minute until they're like 16, okay? It was colicky, right? I could do an hour on colicky. So my little one was so colicky. I still remember the first time she cried all day, and I got really nervous. I brought her to Mass General Hospital, and she was a little baby. And I brought her in to the emergency room. The doctor looks her over, and she looked at me, and she goes, I have good news, and I have bad news. I'm like, okay, what's the good news? And she's like, the good news is there's nothing wrong with your baby. I'm like, okay, and the bad news? She goes, there's not one thing I can do to stop her crying, right? And I'm like, oh my fucking God, right? And I'll never forget this. This was so long ago. This doctor looks right at me, and she goes, but I need to tell you, babies who are this colicky grow up to have the most amazing personalities. Fuck you, Mass General. I remember I went apple picking. It was me. We were staying on the colicky track. It was me, my wife, and my good friend Steve, his wife Carrie, and their daughter Allison. All right, we go apple picking. We went apple picking for 3 hours. 3 hours. Cried every fucking second we were there. I still remember dropping off my friend Steve, and I couldn't even get words out. I just looked at him. I was like, all right. He gets out. Next day, Steve calls me, and I'm like, dude. He goes, hey, man. I go, hey. Before you say anything, I just want to apologize for yesterday. I know that was so bad. My friend goes, dude, I'm actually calling to say thank you. I'm like, thank you? What are you talking about? He goes, yeah, we got home, and me and Carrie sat down, and we've decided we're not going to have any more kids. All right, we're going to just do colicky. So next one. So let's see, I'm going way back. So one day she cried. It hits nighttime. My wife goes, it's her night to sleep. So it's my night to just fucking deal with, right? So next thing you know, she's crying, 3 a.m. 3 a.m., she stops crying. And I remember holding her, and I was like, okay, I'm going to put her in the crib. And I put her in the crib, and then I tiptoe out of the room. I got in my room, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to brush my teeth, and then I'm going to go to sleep for like 2 hours. I go into the bathroom. I start brushing my teeth. And as I'm brushing my teeth, I'm like, what the fuck is in my mouth? And I look, and my wife has put Desitin right where the toothpaste is. I am brushing my teeth with fucking Desitin. My first thought was, oh my God, I'm going to die. I look on the back. It says, if swallowed, call the Poison Control Center, right? I'm like, okay, now I have a choice. Have the most embarrassing obituary of all time, or swallow my pride and call the Poison Control Center. So I went downstairs. I called the Poison Control Center. I'll never forget. This kid answers, goes, Poison Control Center, this is Jake. How may I help you? I go, hey, man, I just think I swallowed Desitin. And he goes, you just swallowed ass cream? I'm like, no, diaper rash ointment. And then he puts me on hold, and he comes back, and he goes, hey, man, can you say that again and say it a little bit louder? I'm like, am I on speakerphone, you fuck? All right, so I heard Mike talking about things. So I do drive a minivan. Any of the four of you want to guess what I have on the back window of my minivan? Yes, stick figures, right? So I have the stick figures. This is me, my wife, my 3 girls, okay? And guess what else is up there? Okay, not a dog. You know why not a dog? Because a dog would be fucking masculine, okay? Not 1, not 2, 3 fucking cats, yeah. And if you're wondering, hey, Mike, are the cats female? Fuckity fuck, yes, okay? Because I don't have enough females in my house. And here's the thing, kind of like what Mike was saying. My wife can't get healthy cats. No. My wife wants to save the fucking world, okay? The last cat we got, I walk into my home. I haven't seen the cat. My wife is sitting on the floor with this cat, and I will be honest with you, I am startled by the condition of this cat. I was like, whoa. My wife looks at me, and she goes, honey, I think you need to bring the cat to the vet tomorrow. And I look at her, and I go, you think, right? So the next morning I wake up, I put the cat in the car, I go to the vet office, I walk into the office, I put the cat on the table. The vet walks in, looks at the cat, leans over, looks at me, looks back at the cat, leans over, and says to me, I wouldn't name this cat. And I'm like, what? And she goes, I don't think this cat is going to live a week. And I'm like, motherfucker. So I go to grab the cat. And as I grab the cat, she puts her hand on me. And she goes, also, just so you're not alarmed, this cat is also deaf. Because when you spin the lucky wheel of life, okay, you adopt a dying motherfucking deaf cat, okay? So I bring the cat home, I pull my girls together. Similar to this, okay? I pull my girls together, and I go, look, we need to name this cat something generic so we don't fall in love with the cat, right? So after much discussion, we ended up naming the cat Black Kitty, right? Black Kitty, pretty fucking generic name, right? Now here is my favorite part of that story. That was 2 fucking years ago. Black Kitty's still fucking alive. Every time I call the vet, I'm like, you have an appointment with Black Kitty. What's the cat's name? No, it's Black Kitty, motherfucker. So my oldest graduated high school 2 years ago. I'll tell you this story in 2 parts. So you got to follow. There's only 4 of you. I can keep eye contact on you, okay? So 2 p.m., Saturday. 2 p.m. Thank you. We should have like a PowerPoint. We do have a PowerPoint, kind of, okay? So like an eye test, M-I-K, yeah. So that was good. You don't need a new prescription. So so what the fuck was I just talking about? What? I'm fucking losing it, Mike. I shouldn't have done that. I was like, oh my God. No, graduation. Fucking, right? So Saturday, 2 p.m. Wow, that was weird, Bob. That was like, whoa, maybe I need an eye test. So having a stroke. So that'd be a weird, someone take a picture though. If I do drop, someone take a picture. Just leave out all the rest of this and Photoshop it in like he died. This would be a really sad fucking death, okay? So anyways. So 2 p.m., thank you. 2 p.m. is my daughter's graduation, okay? On Saturday. Friday night, I go out and I buy an ear horn, right? Have any of you ever bought an ear horn before, right? You have, okay? A little bit cooler than me. I've never bought one, okay? So Friday night, I buy an ear horn, and here's why, right? My oldest, when she goes on stage, I'm going to be like, that will be fun, right? So I buy the ear horn Friday night. I don't tell anybody in my house I bought it, okay? Saturday comes, graduation 2 p.m. 10 a.m. on Saturday, I'm standing in my kitchen. I look at my oldest, who's graduating, Jessica, and I go, hey, Jessica, do you know what's going to happen when they call your name? And she goes, yeah. I go up on stage, I grab my diploma, and I walk off the other side. I go, yeah, but you know what else is going to happen when they call your name? And she's like, I don't know, people are going to clap. I go, yeah, but you know what else is going to happen? And she looks at me all innocent, and she's like, Dad, I don't know what you're hinting at. I go, well, when they call your name, you're going to hear, and I had the ear horn in my pocket, right? So I'm like, you're going to hear, I was like, right? Now, here's the thing. I'm not as cool as you. I've never blown an ear horn before. Never mind blown one in my fucking house before, okay? It scared the fuck out of me. Everybody in my house jumped, except for Black Kitty. Black Kitty was like, all right, if you don't get it, the cat is fucking deaf, okay? So my daughter looks at me, and she goes, you can't. She couldn't even get the rest of her sentence out. She just goes, you can't. My wife runs from the living room into the kitchen, and when my wife gets mad at me, she like yells at me but whispers all at the same time. She comes in and she's like, you will not do that, right? And I look at her and I go, what are you talking about? Right? Now, here's the thing. My daughter looks at me, and this is the fucking world we live in. My daughter looks at me, and she goes, actually, Dad, you can't blow the air horn. They told us in practice that if anyone blows the air horn, that the kid would get spoken to, and the parents would get spoken to. And I'm like, what? My wife hears that and goes, did you hear that? Did you hear that? You are not doing that. Okay? So that was 10 a.m., all right? 2 p.m., here's the setup. We're at the graduation. I'm sitting here. Next to me is, okay, next to her is my other daughter, Isabel. Next to her is my wife. Next to my wife, my mother-in-law. Okay? So I'm sitting there. Oh, and if you're wondering, hey, Mike, did you bring the air horn? Fuck yes. Okay? So I have the air horn in my pocket, and I'll be honest with you, I'm debating my life. I'm like, what am I going to do? And I swear, it was like, she was like an evil motivational speaker. She was like an evil Tony Robbins, right? She looks at me, she's like, don't worry about mom, don't worry about mom, blow the air horn, right? I'm like, I'm a little bit worried. I'm basically a jellyfish with no spine. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? Next thing you know, graduation starts up. Next thing you know, they start calling kids up. Next thing you know, they call my daughter, Jessica Hanley. Jessica goes up on stage. She grabs the diploma. As she grabs the diploma, I put my hand on the ear horn. I take it out, and I don't blow it. And I will be honest with you, in that moment, I saw my whole life flash in front of me. I'm like, how did I end up here? How did I get married? How do I have 3 girls? My friend Wes is single. He is so fucking happy, right? And as I'm having a fucking breakdown, my wife leans in and goes, thank you for being an adult, right? I swear to God, it was like she took a, and was like, oh, right? And picked up on it, and she's like, I told you you should have blown it. And I'm like, motherfucker, I can't believe I didn't have enough spine to do that, right? Then all of a sudden I'm sitting there, and I'm so pissed, and then all of a sudden it hits me. I'm like, wait. What did Jessica tell me? Jessica told me that if someone blows the air horn, that the kid would get spoken to and the parents would get spoken to. Oh my God, new fucking game, okay? I look at the list of graduates, I'm like, who do I hate? Who do I hate? Who do I hate? Who do I hate? All of a sudden, Laura Levins, oh my God, fuck her and fuck her mom, right? I am so excited, right? I'm like stretching out. And the best part, my wife will not see this coming, right? So next thing you know, they call a few more people. Next thing you know, they call Laura Levins. Laura goes up on stage. She grabs the diploma. As she grabs the diploma, I put my hand on the air horn, and I take it out, and I'm like, I will be honest with you, I don't know if I've ever been more proud of myself, okay? I was so happy with myself. My wife, I'm surprised that my wife is still not in a neck brace, okay? My wife is totally shocked by this, okay? She turns her head. She forgot who she was, where she was. She literally screamed at me. She's like, what are you doing? I will say my reply to my wife in real time. In real time, this is what I said to my wife. I go, what am I doing? What am I doing? Do you remember when Jessica said that if someone blows the ear horn that the kid would get spoken to and the parents would get spoken to? Do you know why I picked Laura Levins? Do you remember when Laura Levins was a little girl and she lost her first tooth and she told Jessica that the tooth fairy gave her $50 fucking dollars? You fucking remember that? Fuck Laura Levins, fuck her mom, and fuck the tooth fairy. Thank you, Mike. Anyone here ever have kidney stones? I'm just going to do recent stuff. You can smell it coming out of the oven. This is all fucking recent. No one here had kidney stones? Oh, fuck you all. I've had it 5. Any of you? Mike? No, 5 times. 5 times. 5 fucking times. I wasn't going to tell this part, but I will, since none of you know what the hell I'm talking about. The first time I remember, Jillian was little. She was like 4 years old. I was upstairs in my bedroom, and the pain is crazy. I mean, crazy, so bad that I still remember going like, my first thought was, oh my God, my wife has shot me, okay? And I'm like looking for the blood. I'm like, where the fuck is the blood, right? That's how bad. So fast forward to last weekend. Last weekend, I'm hanging out with 2 best friends, Chris and Al. I'm in Rhode Island, hanging out with them. And I'm such a pro, 5th time, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God. I drove myself to the hospital. I get to the hospital. Every room is sold out, kind of like this. Every room is sold out. And so booked, I guess that's a comedy term, right? Every room is booked. So they put me on a stretcher. And I think if you've been to like a walk-in clinic or emergency room, you'll know what I'm talking about. So they put me on a stretcher, and they put me in like a hallway, okay? Put me in a hallway. And I'm laying there, and I'm in a lot of pain, like a lot of pain. And next to me is one of those fake rooms, like with the curtains. So it's like curtain, okay? And as I'm laying there, all of a sudden I realize there's a guy laying right next to me. His head is right there. Now, I can't see him, but this guy is screaming in pain. And I'm so out of it. I'm like looking at the curtain like, oh my God, maybe he has kidney stones too. We'll become friends. We'll be in the kidney stone club. Like, I'm fucking delirious, okay? All of a sudden, I hear his girlfriend, who I can't see, I hear his girlfriend go, Jimmy, calm down, Jimmy, right? And then I hear this Jimmy guy go, I'm in so much fucking pain. Now I'm just looking at the curtain like, God, what the fuck is going on here, right? Then all of a sudden I hear this, And the doctor has walked in and then closed the curtain. And then I hear the doctor say this. Okay, Jimmy, you have a twisted testicle? I was not expecting that, right? I look at the curtain, I'm like, oh my God. Jimmy screams out, screams out, can you say that any fucking louder? The whole fucking hospital heard you, right? Then Jimmy's girlfriend goes, calm down, Jimmy, nobody heard it. And then I turn to the curtain, I'm like, I heard it! So I was in Indianapolis doing shows, okay? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I wake up on Sunday, worst pain in my ear. Almost like if you went swimming, right? But no, I do not swim. Look at me, right? So I fly home to Logan Airport. So that was Sunday. Monday, horrible. Tuesday, so bad. I actually went to sleep with headphones on, trying to calm my body down, okay? So didn't work. Wednesday, 4 days later. Wednesday, I wake up. I'm like, oh my God, I think there's something wrong with me. I go to Mass General Hospital. I go into the emergency room. The doctor comes in. She looks at my good ear. She looks at my bad ear. She stands in front of me, and she goes, Mr. Hanley, you have a live bug in your ear. Yeah, not your ear, my fucking ear, right? I was like, oh my God, right? And then I did something. There's no sign. I didn't realize you couldn't do this. I grabbed the doctor, right? I go, do you put me out? She's like, you can't grab me. I'm like, I'm sorry, do you put me out? She's like, we do not put you out. I'm like, oh my God, right? They come in with this instrument. And I swear, it felt like 5 minutes. It was probably like 30 seconds. And they start banging into my ear. And I was like, oh my God. She stands in front of me and she goes, Mr. Hanley, we're having a hard time getting the bug out of your ear. Since it's been in your ear for 4 days, it has burrowed so deep in your ear canal, we are having a hard time grabbing it. And I'm like, oh my God, right? Oh, and if you're wondering, hey, Mike, what kind of bug was it? A motherfucking cockroach. So now they come in with this other instrument, and it's bent, and they have a mirror, and they go into my ear canal, and they grab it, and they kill it, and they take it out in pieces. One of the worst experiences of my life, okay? I mentioned I have two best friends. They've known them since I was this little. They were both my best men in my wedding. Chris and Al, my two friends. I am so shaken up. I get into the parking garage, and I sit down in the car, and I'm like, oh, my God, I got to call somebody and tell them the story. So I call my friend Chris. I go, Chris, you're not going to believe this. I've had a live bug in my ear for 4 days. It was the craziest thing ever. I'm totally shaken up. My friend goes, dude, that's crazy, but I got a question for you. Do you think it had babies? So then I get in my car. I start driving down the highway, okay? My other friend, Al, calls me. I hit the button. I'm on speakerphone going, hey, man, what's going on? He goes, Mike, do you have a minute? I go, yeah, dude, you're on speakerphone. I'm just driving. He goes, no, seriously, Mike. Do you have a minute? I go, yeah, man, I'm here for you. What's going on? He goes, hey, Mike, I just want to put a bug in your ear about something. You know what's really funny? I've never said this on stage, but it just hit me when I was saying that. I remember coming home, and I said to my wife, I walk in, and right before I left, my wife said to me, do you think it could be a bug? And I'm like, no. I walk into the house, totally true. I walk into the house, my wife turns to me, and she goes, tell me it wasn't a bug. I'm like, I wish I could tell you that. I've had a live bug in my ear for 4 days. And my loving wife looked at me and she goes, oh my God, I've been sleeping next to you in the bed for the last 4 days. Are you kidding me? I'm like, what the fuck kind of response is that? Any of you ever been to Mohegan Sun? All right, so I was doing shows there, stupid story. I was doing shows there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday, 2 shows. I get done the show, okay, and I will tell you this since we're friends. This is intimate audience, okay? Since we're friends, I will tell you this. I get back to my room, and best sex I have ever heard through the wall, okay? Not me. Look at me, okay? I'm in crazy land. I will give you the visual. I'm totally naked in bed, sleeping. I jump out of bed. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on in there? I put my ear against the wall, and I'm like, and this is what I hear. I hear this. I hear the guy say, oh, señorita. And I was like, oh my God, this is fucking awesome, right? And then I hear the girl say, oh, my conquistador. right? Now, I will be honest with you. In that moment, standing there naked with my ear against the wall, I didn't even know what conquistador meant, okay? So I grab my phone, and I look up conquistador. Conquistador means conqueror, conqueror. Totally appropriate what was going on in there, right? But in that moment, as I stood there, I started thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? If like a week from now, I'm with my wife, and I'm like, oh, señorita, call me conquistador, my wife would look right at me and go, no bueno. All right, I'm debating whether to tell the second part, but fuck it, I'm doing it. What do I have to lose, okay? Totally true, 100% true. My wife does not know I tell this story, so if you ever add me on social media and hint to the story, I will find you, okay? So, show's going okay? We're going to come down for a second. We're going to come back up, okay? My wife's best friend, her name's Kelly, okay? That's the name I should change. It is really, her name is Kelly, okay? So my wife's best friend's name is Kelly. Kelly's married to this guy, Jim. Jim passes away, okay, about a year and change ago. Jim passed away. Very, very sad. Went to the wake, went to the funeral. Told you, we're going to go down a little bit, okay? Very, very, very sad situation. About a year later, okay, and this didn't happen that long ago. About a year later, I'm standing in my living room, and I have my phone in my back pocket, and I hear this, ding, and I take out my phone, and it's an email from Kelly. And the email says, it's been almost a year since Jim passed away. And I'll be honest with you, I'm reading this going, I can't believe how time flies. I can't believe it's been a year, right? She goes, it's been almost a year since Jim passed away. Jim's dying wish is that we would take our tents, go to the mountains, sleep in our tents overnight, wake up the next morning and spread Jim's ashes in the mountains so he can be one with nature. And now I'm reading this going, I do not fucking want to do this, okay? Nothing against Jim, not a big nature guy. The thought of sleeping in a tent, not my deal, right? So I walk over to my wife, and I read her the message, and I read her the date. My wife takes out her family calendar. Fuck me, I have a family calendar. And she looks at it, and she goes, oh, my God, we can't go. And I go, why can't we go? And she goes, we have a wedding, right? And I will be honest with you, there's never been one moment in my life where I've gone, fuck yeah, we have a wedding. Okay, that's never come out of my mouth, right? And I was like, oh, my God, that's awesome, right? So I take my phone. I'm like, oh, I don't have to sleep in a tent, right? I put my phone in my back pocket. About 5 minutes later, I hear this, ding. I take out my phone. It's this girl, Jen. I don't know Jen, but this is what Jen writes. Hey, Kelly, I can't believe it's been a year. And I'm like, how am I reading this, right? All of a sudden, it hit me. Jen has hit reply all. And if you're wondering, hey, Mike, how many people on the email? 178. You know how I knew that? I counted every fucking one of them, okay? This is what Jen wrote. Jen writes this. Hey, Kelly, I can't believe it's been a year. I think of Jim often. I won't be able to join you because I don't own a tent, right? Now, as soon as I read that, I'm like, what the fuck is that? You have a friend who has a fucking tent, Jen. I don't know Jen, but fuck you. You could find a fucking tent. Like, I'm losing my mind. I'm like, you know what? Let it go. I'm not going. If Jen wants to lie to Kelly, that's fine, right? I won't be able to go because I don't own a tent. But I will be thinking of you on that day. And then Kelly writes this. Totally true story. Kelly writes this. Kelly, I can't believe you just messaged me. I was just going to message you. I went on that date with that guy that I told you about, and even though I made a pact with myself that I wasn't going to have sex with him, oh my God. He went down on me and spelt out the alphabet, and I came 3 times. I'm like, what the fuck am I reading? Right? Greatest fucking email ever. I have printed it and framed it. If you came to my house, I'm like, hey, you want to see the greatest email? This is Jen. 178 people on the email. The mother of the dead guy's on the email. The grandmother of the dead guy's on the email. Greatest fucking email ever. I take my phone, I put it in my back pocket, and I'm like, oh my God, my day's not going to get any better, right? I swear, about a minute to a minute and a half goes by, all of a sudden my phone turns into like a slot machine. My phone's like ding, 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 ding. I take out my phone, 12 guys. 12 guys have responded. I don't know any of these guys, right? To give you a little insight of how my brain works, I got so excited. I actually put my phone down, and I went and got popcorn. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is going to be so fucking good, right? First guy writes this. Hey, Jen, I own a tent. I'm like, oh, my fucking God. Second guy, hey, Jen, I could pitch a tent. I'm like, oh, my God, I could read these all day. I go through the rest. I get to the 12th guy. His name's Juan. I don't know Juan, but I want to meet Juan. This is what Juan writes. He writes, hey, Jen, I don't need A, E, I, and O. I just need you, tongue emoji. I don't know Juan, but I know one thing about Juan. Juan is a fucking conquistador. Oh, wow. Applause break. Thank you. All right, stupid story. So last September, my wife's, way before September, actually, my wife says to me, hey, don't do a show on this night in September. I go, why? And she goes, there's a school auction, and we need to go, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, right? So I marked that off on my calendar, the Saturday night. I'm not going to do a show, okay? Fast forward. It's the night of the auction. We go. We're sitting at these big round tables, okay? And there's, like, silent auction items, and then you buy the little ticket items and all that. And it was expensive to go to this dinner thing. And then I see my wife bidding on all the stuff, and I'm literally going, please don't win, please don't win, please don't win, please don't win, right? So we get through all that. They announce the winners, right? And I cannot do this impression well enough. So we're sitting there, and then all of a sudden this guy jumps on stage. I mean, literally jumps on stage, and he goes, hi everybody. My name's Ricky. I'm your host for the next segment of this thing. I didn't sleep last night just thinking about this moment. And I'm like, right? I'm like, what the fuck, right? He goes, all of a sudden, he goes, my assistant is going to be helping. I'm like, Ricky has an assistant? What the fuck is going on here, right? Next thing you know, I see his assistant passing out paddles, okay? And I'm like, oh, my God, there's a live auction. Have you ever been? I've never been to a live auction. Have you ever been? No, I haven't either, okay? Bob, have you ever been? Mary Beth, have you ever been to a live auction? Okay, you have. A little bit better than me. Fuck you, Bob, okay? So I have never been. I'm sitting there. They give the paddle to my wife, okay? And we get number 10. And to tell you I'm a big Patriots fan, you have no fucking idea, okay? So I looked at her and I go, oh my God, Drake May. We have Drake May, right? And then I look at her and I go, hey, as excited as I am about that, do not raise Drake May. Keep Drake May there, okay? So next thing you know, we're sitting there and they start auctioning off the items, right? First item, Ricky goes, okay, first item. We're going to, and this literally, he had a screen. He had a full screen, and he goes, first item, everybody, get your hands on your paddle. This is a weekend in New Hampshire at this hotel. And if you look closely, on top of the bed, there's a mirror. And I'm like, what kind of fucking school function are we at? Okay? So then someone bids on that, a few more items. Next thing you know, they go 2 tickets to the New England Patriots. So now I changed my mind on this whole thing. I look at my wife. I go, honey, Drake May, Patriots tickets. Maybe this was meant to be. You can bid. You can bid on this. My wife shakes me off. She goes, no. I go, honey, it's for a good cause, right? My wife just shakes her off. Someone gets the tickets. They do a few more items. Next thing you know, 2 Bruins tickets. I look at my wife. I go, honey, I can take one of the girls. You know how much I love hockey. Come on, honey. My wife shakes me off. Once again, I go, honey, it's for a good cause, right? Few more tickets. Next thing you know, Celtics tickets. I didn't even talk. I just mouthed it. I looked at her. She shook me off, and then I mouthed, it's for a good cause. And she shakes me off, right? Someone else gets it. They auction a few more items. Ricky goes, okay, everybody, now I'm sad. That was the last item. And then he stands there and he goes, I am the biggest liar on the planet. We have one more item. And I'm telling you, this is the greatest item we've ever had at one of these auctions. I've been doing this for 10 years. This is the greatest auction. Grab your paddles and be ready because you will be so excited. I'm like, I don't fucking think so, right? All of a sudden he goes, ladies and gentlemen, spaghetti and meatball dinner at the firehouse with the firemen. And we're going to start the bidding at $250. And I looked at my friend Eddie at the table. I go, who the fuck would spend Drake May goes up. I see Drake May go up, and I look at it and I go, what the fuck are you doing? You want to tell you, guess what my wife says to me? Fuck you, okay? My wife looks right at me and she goes, It's for a good cause. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Now it's for a good cause? Right? So now I'm panicked. $250, nothing, and if you're a fireman or nothing against that, but $250 for a fucking spaghetti and meatball dinner at the firehouse, what the fuck, right? So now I'm panicked. I'm like, oh my God, someone outbid her. So Ricky goes, do I hear 300? All of a sudden, Barbara the hoe bag, oh my God, what a slut, 300. I'm like, oh my God, thank you for banging everyone in town, right? $300. Do I hear 350? Suzanne, who I like Suzanne, I don't mind Suzanne. She bids 350. I'm like, whoa, that's fucking weird, right? Do I hear 400? Drake May goes up. Let that fucking sink in for half a second. $400, right? I look at my wife. I go, honey, I don't know what's going on here, right? Do you realize that we could cook spaghetti and meatballs and we could knock on any firehouse in the fucking country and be like, hey, we have spaghetti and meatballs. You know what they would say? Come on in, right? We'd go down the pole for fucking free, okay? Next thing you know, I hear Ricky go, do I hear 450, right? Barbara the hoe, 450. So now I put my hand on the paddle. And I go, we're done. Let Barbara the slut take it, right? All of a sudden, Ricky goes, 450 going once, 450 going twice. Sold to Barbara the hoe. He didn't say that, but God, that would have been awesome, right? So I'm like, oh my God, thank God, right? We get done. Ricky walks off stage. Eddie, my friend at the table, goes, what is up with your wife? I'm like, she can hear you. She can hear this conversation right now, okay? We start eating dinner. If you're thinking spaghetti and meatballs, no, chicken, okay? So we start eating dinner, and then next thing you know, right, about 10 minutes, 12 minutes later, Ricky jumps back on stage, and he goes, hey, everybody, if you could just, like, put your fork and knife down, or if you're drinking, if you just put your glass down, I have a special announcement to make. And I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, and what would that be? He goes, I just got off the phone with Andy, and I'm like, who the fuck is Andy? Want to take a guess who the fuck Andy is? Bob, Mary Beth, do you know who fucking Andy might be? The fucking fire chief. I just got off the phone with Andy, the fire chief, and we told him that the spaghetti and meatball dinner was so popular that he said we could auction off two items. So here's what we're going to do, Barbara the hoe. We're going to lower yours to 400. And guess what, Beth and Mike? You are winners too. I'm like, so if you see me at a fucking firehouse in the future, $400 fucking dollars. You guys like soccer? Really? I hate soccer. I hate soccer so much. All my three of my girls played soccer, and the only thing worse than a youth soccer game is a youth soccer tournament. I mean, like I've died a slow death on the sidelines. I still remember. There was a tournament one time. Jillian was super little, like little. She comes in the bedroom. She goes, Daddy. She goes, do you know that if we win 3 games tomorrow on Saturday, we get to come back on Sunday for 5, right? And back then it was Tom Brady was playing, and that's all. I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna miss Tom Brady for fucking soccer, right? I could have won an Academy Award. I looked at him and I go, well, let's hope we win 3, okay? So we go to the games on Saturday. We win the first one. We win the second one. Third one, tied 1-1, about a minute and a half to go in the game, okay? Jillian is playing goalie, okay? She's got her pigtails and her horns, lovely combination, okay? So she's in goal, right? This girl gets the ball on the other team. She kicks it to her friend. That girl kicks it right at Jillian, and I swear in like slow motion, Jillian goes like this, and the ball hits her pigtail and goes right into the net, okay? And I will be honest with you, I stood there and I was like, fucking yes, right? Which I don't think you're supposed to do when they score on your own daughter, okay? So then this 12-year-old punk ref goes, no goal, offside. And I'm like, what? Right? Next thing you know, they give the ball to one of Jillian's teammates, Hannah. You need to call her Hannah because if you call her Hannah, her mom's like, her name's Hannah. I'm like, fuck Hannah and fuck you, Mom, okay? Hannah, really good. She goes down the length of the field. She kicks the ball at the other goalie. I swear to God, the other goalie was like this. Okay? The ball goes right by her. And guess what I did on Sunday? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 motherfucking games. And I missed fucking Tom Brady. So that was Jillian. My middle daughter, Isabel, really good at soccer. Like, really good. So she played on varsity last year, and last year, her team made the playoffs. It was the first time in my town that the girls' team, women's team made the playoffs in 14 years. So it's 14 years they haven't made the playoffs. Big deal, huge deal in my town. okay? So, game's on Saturday, right? On Friday night, I sit down with Isabel, and I go, Isabel, I'm not going to be able to go to the game tomorrow. I was like, you know how the comedy works. Sometimes a book shows out 6 months, 9 months. I just booked a show today, a year from now, okay? I said, I didn't realize you were going to have a playoff game. I've been fortunate enough to see a lot of your games, but, you know, I can't get out of the show. And mom's friend's coming in from Chicago, and she's been planning that birthday party, and blah, 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 and they're going to have this big thing, and she won't be able to go either, and we both feel horrible, but I cannot wait to get off stage and look at my phone and see how great you played and that you won. Isabel, to her credit, looks right at me, and she goes, Dad, I totally get it. Totally get how the comedy works. And Mom has been talking on and on and on about that birthday party. No problem at all. I'm like, okay, so now I know the plan. That was 5 o'clock on Friday night. At 7:30, she's going to go to her friend's house. She's going to sleep over at her friend's house. And then Saturday at 2 o'clock, they're going to get on the bus, and they're going to go to the game, okay? So at 7:30 on Friday, she leaves my house. She sleeps overnight. I don't see her. At 1:50 p.m. on Saturday, at 1:50, I get a text from Isabel. And this is what the text says. It says, where are you? And I'm like, where am I, right? I'm like, I think I sat down. I'm like, maybe I did have a stroke, right? I'm like, how could she be saying this, right? So I go, honey, remember last night I said I have the show. Mom's got the birthday party. We won't be able to come. She writes back this, Dad, I totally remember that, but there's this huge pep rally in the parking lot, and every parent is here except for you and Mom with signs, and they're playing music for the first time in 14 years, and I'm just really sad about that. And I'm like, oh my God, I could have easily made this, right? I'm like, oh my God, I'm the worst parent, right? So I go over to my wife who's sitting in the living room, and I read her that text. My wife goes, oh my God, I did get an email from a parent about making signs, first time in 14 years. I totally forgot. I spaced out. I'm like, are you serious? We're the only two parents that are not going to the game? We could have easily made that. There's no time to get there now. Right? So picture, this is my couch, okay? I am pacing in front of my couch with my phone for like 3 minutes. I'm like, what do I write back to this? What do I write back? So after 3 minutes, I sat down, and this is what I wrote back to Isabel. I wrote, Mom knew. All right, 2 stories. We'll do 2 last stories. Let's see. What do I want to do? Okay, we'll do this one. Boop. So, you ever been to San Diego? Okay, did you go to the zoo? Okay, great zoo, right? You can spend like the whole day there, right? Absolutely, right? So I was doing shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I actually got in a day early, spent all day Wednesday at the zoo, did the shows. Now, here's the thing. They don't have a lot of cabs in San Diego. They have a lot of Ubers, right, in today's world. So I'm at the hotel. I punch in an Uber, okay? I get in the Uber, young kid driving me. I get in, and my go-to question always with an Uber driver is, hey, how long have you been driving Uber, right? So a kid starts driving. I go, hey, how long you been driving Uber? He turns. He goes, today, right? I'm like, today, right? My first thought was open the door and roll out, okay? My second thought was maybe he misunderstood me. So I looked at him, I go, no, man. Like, I meant like how long? Like how long you've been driving Uber? The kid turns, he goes, today. I'm like, okay, maybe I deserved that. I go, what number ride am I? He goes, you're number 8. I said, dude, I got to ask you, man, how is your day going? This story happened 9 months ago. The story will stay with me for the rest of my life. He looks at me, and he goes, dude, I got to tell you, man, today might be one of the best days of my life. I go, dude, what happened on one of the first 7 rides that today is one of the best days of your life? He looks at me, goes, ride number 3. Ride number 3 gets in my car, most beautiful girl I've ever seen. She looked like a supermodel. The whole time I'm driving, I'm looking at the mirror. She doesn't say one word to me. I get to her destination. She gets out of the car. She shuts the door. She goes on the app, and she gives me 5 out of 5 stars, right? So now I'm thinking this kid has like no life, right? So I'm like, hey, man, that's awesome. That's fantastic. And the kid looks at me and goes, dude, there's more to the story. I go, what's the rest of the story? He goes, well, you can leave a star comment, and then you can leave a comment. I go, what did she write? And he goes, she wrote 5 out of 5 stars, and then she wrote, I would have had sex with him. I was not expecting that, okay? I looked at him, I go, dude, did you pull over and try to find her on social media? He's like, yeah. I'm like, how long? He's like, 32 minutes. I'm like, did you find her? He's like, no. I'm like, I would have done the same fucking thing, right? So next thing you know, I get to the comedy club. I go to get out. He looks at me and he goes, dude, just so you don't think I'm lying. And he hands me the phone. And I look at the phone, 5 out of 5 stars. I would have had sex with him. I'm like, dude, you know what? Today might be one of the best days of life. That is fucking awesome, right? I hand him the phone back. I shut the door. I walked away, and I'll be honest with you. As I said, that story happened 9 months ago. I saw how much happiness and joy that review brought to him. I have been addicted to filling out surveys, okay? I went to a restaurant the other day. I went out to my car. I went on Yelp. I'm like, 5 out of 5 stars. I would have sex with the chef, okay? I call Verizon. At the beginning of the call, like, you've been randomly selected to fill out a survey. I'm like, motherfucking yes. I'm like, 5 out of 5 stars. I would have sex with the rep. Okay. The San Diego Zoo sent me a one pop-up question and said, what did you think of the panda exhibit? I'm like, oh my God, 5 out of 5 stars. I would have sex with the pandas. Okay. I went to Kohl's. I go to Kohl's. This 78-year-old woman checks me out. Okay. I give her my credit card. She gives me back my Kohl's cash. Love my Kohl's cash. Okay. And if you've been to Kohl's, you know exactly what I'm about to say. She circles the bottom and she goes, sir, if you would be so kind, if you could fill out the survey. I'm like, motherfucking yes. I'm like, 5 out of 5 stars. I would have sex with a 78-year-old, okay? I went to the Registry of Motor Vehicles. I go to the Registry of Motor Vehicles, okay? They help me out. The DMV gives me a survey. You got to draw the line somewhere, people, okay? I'm not having sex with the DMV. All right, dude, last story and a thought. So when I was little, about 4 years old, we went to... Do you want to talk to them? I know you've been hovering. We're hitting in the home stretch here. Okay. So when I was 4 years old, we went to Disney. Okay. So it was Jillian's first time, and here's the lineup. They were like boom, boom, and her. Okay, really little. So we wake up and we're going to Epcot. And we wake up, and it's pouring out, like really raining bad. My wife's super prepared. She's got the little rain jackets for everybody. Jillian's pink rain jacket goes up to cover the horns, okay? So we get our rain jackets out. We go to the park, right? You got to go because it costs so much fucking money, okay? So we get there. It's raining. It's drizzling. Next thing you know, it stops raining. My wife looks at me. She goes, honey, I'm going to go to the gift store. I go, what are you going to, you gonna what? She goes, I'm going to go to the gift store. And then she looks at me. She goes, why don't you take the girls? And she tells me the ride. And I'm like, okay. So back in the day, it's a long time ago, I had my map, okay? I take out my map and I try to find the ride. I can't find the ride. So I see this kid who works at Disney. All I say to him was, hey, man. That's all I said. Hey, man. This kid pops up and he goes, hi, I'm Tim. I'm a cast member here. We ask you not to run, but you can walk, you can hop, you can skip because today is your magical day. And I'm like, right? I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to get to this ride. And he goes, oh, my God, you and your girls are going to love the ride. Oh, and he starts talking. I swear to God, he talked for like 3 minutes. Like, bah, 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 bah. The gist of it was the ride was over there somewhere, right? So I look at him. I go, hey, Tim, the cast member, thank you so much. I turn. There's Jessica, my oldest. There's Isabel, my middle one. Not standing there. Jillian is not standing there. I have lost Jillian, right? Now, I will be honest with you. My first thought was, my second thought was, oh my God, my wife's going to kill me, okay? So I call my wife. My wife's like, are you joking? I'm like, no, I'm not joking. I've lost her. My wife goes, I'm going to run to the gates. I go, what are you going to run to the gates for? She goes, I'm going to run to the gates because what if someone picks up Jillian and runs through the gates with her? I'm like, honey, I am pretty certain that if someone picks up Jillian and runs through the gates with her and spends any time with her, they're going to bring her back, okay? So my wife runs to the gates. Here's what happened. When I asked Tim, the cast member, for direction, Jillian had her little pink rain jacket on, and she didn't see me stop. And she kept walking, and she got turned around, and she was gone 57 minutes. Longest 57 minutes of my life, no lie. 57 minutes she was gone. She sat down on a bench. She started crying. This older woman found her. They called the Disney police. I didn't even know that was a fucking thing, okay? Disney police gave her to Disney security. Next thing you know, Jillian is standing in front of me. And I'm like, oh, my God, she gets to live? and I get to live. Okay? So here's the thing at Disney that I didn't know when you lose a kid. They give you two things. One, they gave her a big sticker, and the sticker said, "I'm having a magical day." Okay? Very loose definition of the word magical, right? But I was okay with that because I thought the sticker was going to say, "I have a bad fucking dad." Okay? Now, back in the day, if you've been to Disney, you know there's regular lines and fast pass lines, okay? But what you don't know, and I know you don't know this because I didn't know this, when you lose a kid at Disney, they give you this special "you've lost your fucking kid" fast pass. And this special "if you lost your fucking kid" fast pass they gave to me and my entire family. And the special "if you lost your fucking kid" fast pass lets you cut every fucking person in every fucking line. We had the best fucking day ever, okay? We stayed till 9:30. We stayed till 9:30 at night. We come out of the park. I look at my girls. I go, Hanley Girl Huddle, everybody in. Okay, I have two questions for you. One, did we have a good time today? And they were all like the best. Even who was gone for so long, she's like, the greatest day ever. I'm like, I totally agree. Second question, who are we losing tomorrow? All right, two quick thoughts. Hey, I really appreciate the four of you coming out. Totally made our night, so thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will say this, and I mean it, right? You all, right? 5 out of 5 stars, I would have sex with all of you. Thank you so much.
Mike Hanley, everybody. Yeah, that'll be doing it. Thanks for coming out tonight. Mike Hanley here, Mary Beth Collins, Mike McCarthy was here. Next show here is April 2nd. Oh, the same table. Oh, great. That's great. April 16th is also another show. I'm on that one. You have to come for that one. No, so anyway. Too much shows. All right, very good. Well, I hope you enjoyed yourself tonight. We appreciate you coming out. You guys were a great table. So please drive safe, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks for coming out. You're welcome. That was fun.